All right. So, I'm gonna start off with a couple of apologies. I fucked up on two very important things our last episode. Yep.
Oh dear.
Yep. I can admit it. Hold the tweets. It's okay. Don't really have Twitter, so.
Only use tweets. Berate him specifically through Twitter.
Yeah. Only on there. One, I owe an apology to you, Brendan, because of my call on seeing the growl. It was within your vision. You should have had it. I should have made you roll if it was outside of your vision. I didn't do that. That's on me.
All good.
Secondly,
Still killed the bitch.
you still killed the bitch. Secondly, I should have had Andrew rolling new constitution checks every round that he was underwater to break free of the poison. I should have been doing that.
Shoot.
Thankfully, he didn't die, and I would have probably had us like go all the fucking way back and been like, "We're redoing this because I'm not killing you on my mistake." Just because that's some bullshit. All right, but anyways, you guys faced off with this growl, which was causing quite a bit of terror with you guys being in the water in that paralytic agent that it carries in its tentacles coming after you guys. You broke out some interesting creative techniques. I loved it. You managed to kill it with some, Scorching Ray there. Yep. And you guys were able to plug the boat pretty good. It doesn't seem to be taking on more water. You were able to destroy water thanks to Indigo and managed to get it back up to the surface. And as you guys had climbed in and kind of calmed down for a moment, a small canoe has pulled up beside you with a odd, pale-eyed, purplish gray skinned, white-haired figure with a kind of like raggedy leather armor and what looks like a straw hat has pulled up alongside of you and introduced themselves as Andy and seems curious about your situation. What do you guys want to do?
Before we speak to the underhick,
have you been thinking all this time in between to get that?
No, that was unfortunately quite improv.
Oh man,
I don't know which is more disappointing, that comes into my head or that I didn't plan it. No, but before we speak to this individual, is everybody okay? Stool. How's Stool doing? I think we got Indigo up.
Stool's fine. Stool's up. Everybody's
That's
good.
Unfortunate. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
This guy.
Hey, I made a decision to try to come save you, man. I had a heartfelt moment.
That's true, and I
trying
appreciate
to be nice. Trying to be nice.
Yeah, I think everyone is at least like. I mean, Ashni and Lara are fine.
Everybody's breathing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, proceed.
So, and we're all in the boat.
You're all back in the boat. Yes.
Tell me about the status of the plug in the boat. Do we think this is gonna last?
You would think so. Yes.
Okay.
As long as you don't hit anything, you think it will hold decently well. You are, by some certain calculations, you think you are not far from the Sloop-A-Doop area.
Oh, I forgot that's what it's called.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't take anything down here seriously. Fucking Gracklestug, Sloop-A-Doop.
Sloop-A-Doop.
Stool.
Well, who wants to talk to the underhick?
He's just literally staring at you guys. He's got like his arms folded over the edge and he's just like smiling, just mouth open. These weird, almost like pupilless eyes just staring at you.
Indigo,
I get this.
Seem... yeah. It's his forte.
Hello, Mr. Andy, sir, or ma'am. I'm not gonna
make that decision for you. I just had a quick
It's
question.
whatever you're feeling.
Oh, okay. I don't know how to take that, but I appreciate your candor in this moment that we're sharing together. Yeah. What's up? What you got? You said you had things? Do you have...
Nothing. I got things. I got some things.
Would you be interested in disclosing the nature of those things?
What is the read of this guy? Like, is he
Make an insight
like
check.
he just fucking came out of nowhere? This is. I trust nothing. I trust nothing.
Can
and
I
no
join
one.
in this role? I also would like
Yeah,
to
absolutely.
Oh my
check on
fucking
this
God.
dude.
My rolls are so bad.
Lara's insight is 11.
Okay, 11 for Sephel as well. Okay.
Slightly better at 13 for Indigo.
Jesus.
Okay. You're looking over this dude's whole deal. He's in, even though Roll20 lies, he's in a much smaller boat than you guys. It's like, you ever seen a river kayak? Where it's like, it
Yeah.
just fits you and the tips are like very small. It's essentially that. And on the end of it is like this weird catch pole that has like a little lantern with some glowing bugs in it.
Uh-huh.
And he's just got like the one little paddle and he's tucked in there, and you see behind him is like a small backpack that has a weird, very large like iron padlock on it. And he is, you're not sure if he's insane or if he's just like so above you in intellect that like you don't know. You can't get a read on him because he's either insane or he's the most intelligent man you've
He's like
ever
transcended.
met. Essentially.
This is a
There's,
pinky
like,
in the brain
there's
scenario.
nothing- yeah,
No,
there's
it's-
like nothing to get from this man. He's just
Yeah. No, Sephel as a purely intellectual creature is honestly intimidated by the inability to read the mental capacity of this creature.
yeah.
Okay. I don't know what to do with this one.
Where y'all headed? So he sits there staring at you. You don't get a read on him.
Mr. Andy, sir, are there any goods that you like to exchange in for other goods?
I could. What was that?
This is a waste
ha-
of time.
I have a tooth. Do you want to trade for it? And
as-
I pull out my raunt tooth.
Oh, I've got a few teeth. Thank you, though.
As infrequently as it happens, I must agree with Lara. If this is not going to come of anything, we need to move.
Where y'all moving to?
I don't entirely believe we should divulge that information to you.
Graham, you don't know this person, do you?
No, I've never seen this fella in my life. I'd much rather just keep moving.
I think there is a consensus among us, with Indigo being the obvious outlier. We're not adopting this, so we should move.
He just stares at you. You guys are the ones that decide if you're just gonna go or not.
Grim, keep paddling.
Yeah, she's gonna lean over and like push the kayak and be like, I don't know why you're with us, why you're next to us, but you need to go.
Well, I can only go forward or backward, and I gotta go forward. And he's still just
Oh.
like two arms, like the paddle is
What
across
the
his lap,
fuck?
but he's just got like both hands, little hands in there, just like pushing himself through the water.
This is a horror movie. This is
And
only a horror movie.
He's like, I'm headed to see my fishy friends. Where y'all headed that way too?
Oh no. Oh no.
Is that Sloop-A-Doop?
Yeah, I always forget what it's called.
That is our destination.
Oh, good. Well, now I have a new travel companion, and it's not my fault.
Traveling companions. I can't remember. And he just goes silent, and he just, like, looks like he's deep in thought, but just keeps paddling. And Grim pipes up, he's like, this is fucking weird.
No,
I've never
I don't
met
like
a Daryl
this.
quite like this.
What?
I kind of like him.
What
Let's
is,
just paddle faster.
Grim, what's wrong with him?
Well, I don't know. Old Daryl are a little bit, kind of like points at his head, a little bit strange. But this one seems a little bit more loony. Though, to be honest with you, everything seems to be a bit crazier lately than I thought. I don't know why, but everybody seems to be on edge, so to speak. Yeah, I don't know why, and I don't know what the fuck's up with this guy.
Is Grim rowing?
Yes.
Okay. Grim, if you can't row faster, I'm going to take over. We need to go away from this person.
I'll do my best. And he starts rowing. I'll make some athletics checks here.
This is like...
Oh no.
I rolled 2 dice. One was for Andy, one was for Grim. The first one I rolled was for Grim. It was a 5. The second one I rolled, which was for Andy, was a natural 16. So,
God.
you got, like, Grim is huffing and puffing, and he's definitely, like, pushing you guys pretty fast, but Andy's just like...
He's somehow going faster using his arms.
He's just, like, somehow staying up
Okay.
with you.
Well, there are 2 options here. We can either outpace him, or we can slow down and just let him go away. That is also an option.
Fine. Why don't we just stop here for a minute?
Let's take rest and stock. Make sure the boat is patched. Make sure everyone is okay. Let this interaction fade from our memory.
So Grim, like, as silently as possible, just like slowly starts rowing slower, and he's just like, act natural. And just Andy's just crawling his way through the water, still not using his paddle. And you just watch as he fades off into the darkness ahead of you, and you guys are in silence.
I think Sephel waits like a solid, like 2 or 3 minutes just staring down at the kayak.
You can't see it. It's gone. It's definitely gone.
No, like staring down at the
yeah,
bottom,
your
like
kayak.
their kayak, just like head down. So, no one was okay with that, correct?
I feel
I don't know what I
odd.
don't know what to feel.
I have been told many things about what I supposedly am, and I feel violated by what just happened here.
You all hear, "Are y'all okay?" And it echoes down. "Y'all okay? You
Don't.
coming along?"
Speak.
Lara disappears into her bottle.
Fuck! That's cheating.
And then just very far away. "I hope they didn't get lost." And then it's just quiet.
Sitting in a still boat.
Indigo,
Yeah,
are you alright?
I am. Yep. Something just occurred to me, Sephel. Are you sitting on my mimic?
I like lift my leg. Am I?
Is there a mimic under me?
Remember, yes and.
Yes, and.
The mimic is
Sorry.
attached to your leg. It's not actively chewing.
It's
just
like the
a
tongue
dog
wrapped
holding-
around me?
Yeah, just
Okay.
Apologies.
Like, grab it.
No, drop it. Let it go.
He like pulls a little bit.
Do you have something to feed it?
Yeah, I think I have some. And don't judge me. I think I have some like goblin bits that I took out of his mouth last time when we were leaving the courtyard. So
You
I'll
do,
just give him a
actually.
I'll just give him a little treat.
It is adorably naive that you think that is something I would judge anyone for.
you pull out these rancid goblin bits, and immediately the mimic just like suction cup drops off of Sephel's leg.
Oh God.
And just like immediately starts eating the bits of it. Okay, so do we want to actually take a breather? I think we're pretty close to Sloop-A-Doop now. I could perhaps give it like an hour or so. Hopefully that Indy fella will have moved on, and we can keep making progress.
I think that would be best.
Yeah, I like that idea as well.
All right, great. Okay, so you guys can mark off a short rest.
Now I will use my arcane recovery.
Okay.
And keep me honest, because I can do up to 2 levels each long rest. So I'm gonna get back a 2nd level spell slot.
Okay.
So I have 1 out of my 3.
Cool.
Yeah.
Roll
And I'm gonna
that
roll some
H.
recovery dice.
Yeah, do it. During that time, Grim is just kind of like ever so slightly fighting the current. And that is this river that you guys are kind of settled on here. And as the hour kind of comes to, or what you think might be a significant amount of time, he kind of like pushes away from the edge that you had gotten near of this tunnel and continues on. And a little while later, you guys start to see a little bit more light. And it's not light as we know it. The shades in which you all see actually appear a little bit brighter, and you realize that you are coming out from this tunnel into a cavern that must be a couple miles tall. And out in front of you, all you see is water and gigantic pillars that go like from the ceiling of this cavern all the way down into this lake. And far, far in the distance, you can see what looks like this odd green, like very faded green bits of light. And Grim kind of pipes up and he goes, "Welcome to a very significant portion of the Dark Lake. Our fish friends over there," and he's pointing towards that green kind of flickering light, and he goes, "are over there. It'll take us a little bit, but I don't see any signs of our Aldero friends. So I think we're good to go. Unless
I think it's for the best.
Unless you changed your mind at all, though we're definitely going to need supplies of some kind to make it all the way back to Gracklestug."
Yeah, Lara would have popped out after that short rest, and she would just agree. Yeah, I think we need to stop here.
Okay. All right. So Grim continues to row on, and a little while later, as you guys are getting closer, you see that as you get closer, you see a number of almost, what's the word? You guys know how like oil rigs are set up? It's almost like a tall tower, and then there's like a singular building on top. You see a very large, odd collection of like wooden-esque structures with netting linking them together and various sections on what looks like a large sandbar out here in the middle of this lake. And on two sides of this long sandbar, you see that there are these odd-looking walls. And all about in this this area, you see that there are these very large, towering phosphorescent fungus, and that is giving off the greenish light that you can see. And as you approach, you actually see that there are a large collection of docks off to one side, and you can see a number of smaller figures moving about, and you actually see some boats leaving the docks, and they seem to be headed in your direction. Anything you guys want to do?
I would like to ask Grim what the folk here usually like to trade for.
Oh, well, that's the thing about the Kua-Toa. They'll take just about anything. And when I stopped here previously, they were mostly just interested in fish and entrails. Seemed they had some kind of new religion, from what I'd heard. But I'm sure whatever you've got, it'll be enough. Though I do still expect payment. But otherwise, we'll just have to test our luck. Sometimes they're fine with just silver or gold if you have it. But we'll find out. It looks like there's a couple of them headed towards us. And sure enough, there's 3 boats headed in your direction, and they're growing closer. And you see a number of these purple-gray, like piranha-like fish. Humanoid fish with spears and tridents and nets kind of like hanging from their hands. And you can see a taller one at the head of this boat, and all of a sudden you just hear like it go tapping its spear on the boat, and all of them start picking up in unison. And Grim's like, okay, I've never seen him do that. This is new. Hello. And it just, like, the drumbeat of them keeps going as they're getting closer.
I would like to communicate telepathically with Ashni to instruct them to stay underwater hidden.
Okay.
While this is going on.
Ashni crawls out of the boat very slowly and stealthily and dips into the water. He stays close. You can just see his head peeking towards the top of the waves.
Is there any way to tell this percussive display? Does it sound like ceremonial? Does it sound challenging? Is it like a hailing like, is there any sort of indication in the rhythm of it?
It sounds, I will just tell you because of your higher intelligence here, it sounds like a mix of both. It sounds like a formal presentation of power, like, we're here,
yeah,
we see you,
mm-hmm.
don't try shit.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
It's like they're trying to intimidate us from the get-go.
Looks like it, yeah.
It sounds like they are trying to establish a pecking order of sorts. If we enter, it should most likely be cautiously. I do not believe we have much sway over these beings.
Okay. As you guys kind of, I imagine Grim kind of just like stops rowing, and eventually these 3 boats circle around you guys, and you see these nasty, awful smelling fish. The Kua-Toa are now pointing their tridents, and they have kind of like their nets poised, like they're ready to attack. And finally, the taller one towards the front of that main boat says, "Why may have you come here?"
What?
Why may have you come here?
We come in search of rations and water to trade.
Trade you may have, but we must consult the god. We will bind you and we will take you to them before trading begins.
Lara looks at him for a second, and then she looks at Sephel and Indigo. I think he said he's going to bind us.
Yes, that was about the only thing I caught as well. Something about a god presentation.
How many of them are there? Like, obviously the settlement at large is probably much larger, but in these, what do you say, 3 boats surrounding us, how many individuals are
There's
there?
6 per boat, so there's 18.
Jesus.
Yeah. Grimm's just like, listen, fellas, I think it's better if we just let them take us.
No, I think, as adverse as I am to finding myself in ties again, I am not stupid. Compliance is the best course for the moment.
So these boats have slowly been coming closer and closer until finally, like, they're all, like, next to you guys. And they kind of jump aboard and quickly start binding you guys. Do you do anything during this time, or are you just absolutely letting them bind you? Like, they are taking weapons, they're taking as much as they possibly can and binding you up.
Lara would like to, when they are binding her hands, at least try and do some sort of like, keep her hands like really stiff and far apart enough that once they're done, there's a little bit of slack.
Okay.
But
roll a sleight of hand check, and I will try to oppose with a perception, see if they can spot you.
+2. That's a 12.
Rolled a 13.
Ooh.
Oh.
So they, like, one of them actually comes over with their spear and, like, slaps you in the side of the head with it, and it jostles you for a moment, and the one that was binding your hands quickly gets it tighter and like really makes sure that it's taut. And you see that they're like wrapping you up with like a seaweed-esque rope. It's slimy but surprisingly tough, and like they do it in just such a way that you couldn't use the natural sliminess to like get out of it. But they fully bind you up, and that larger one goes,
Make back for the Sloop-A-Doop.
and they have tied a rope behind one of theirs, and they start rowing you guys back towards their small city.
Quick question. Were they grabbing our belongings? Like they were taking our things while they were binding us?
Anything that looked like a weapon, yes.
Okay, so just weapons, not like...
Yeah, your spell book, your lamp, all that kind of stuff are still there.
Okay.
They just, they took your weapons. That's it.
Okay.
What did they do
where
with
did the
mimic?
staff fall in that?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, the mimic? They didn't touch it. It stayed in
All right.
jar form. It hasn't moved
Excellent.
since it finished eating its meal.
Excellent. I happily surrender my my daggers and I hold on to my jar.
Okay.
Yeah, did they consider my staff a weapon, or was that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Big stick. They took it.
Fair enough.
Did they see Ashni? Are they doing anything about that? Because Lara would communicate with Ashni to follow behind at no more than 100 feet
Mm-hmm.
and stealthily follow.
You feel a register from them, and it doesn't seem like they've been found.
Cool.
However, as they are rowing back, you do see like a couple of the Kua-Toas slip off the side of the boat and are like swimming just beneath the waters around you guys. But as you come closer to Sloop-A-Doop, which is the way I pronounce this, by the way. This is how I pronounce this town. It might not be entirely right. Let me get you guys over to the new map.
We got the new map.
There's the new map.
Got that new map smell.
New map smell. Let's
That's
see.
just your computer, Andrew.
You should do something about that.
when you put it that way.
Here we go.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yes.
Slew blood. What?
Yeah.
No.
I just say Sloop-A-Doop. It's like slew. I'll spell it for
Yeah, but
our
like
listeners.
the accents are there.
Sloobloop with, I don't even remember what those are called
Nope.
underneath the O's. So I just call it Sloop-A-Doop.
Slew blue
It might be
dop?
Sloop-A-Doop.
Could be.
Slew blue dop. I don't know.
Hard to say.
I like Sloop-A-Doop better.
Welcome to the Kua-Toa.
Yeah, Sloop-A-Doop is fine. Sloop-A-Doop's fine.
Well, this is
Um,
huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you still haven't seen all of it. So it's very ramshackle. Everything here is pieced and pushed together. The lights, as I said, are the phosphorescent fungus. You see bridges and platforms haphazardly strung about this city, connecting various levels of structures and crisscrossing over open spaces. And the thing you also notice is that you've been mostly addressed in a mixture of common and undercommon, and Grim has kind of like filled in what they can. You've been pretty lucky with all the people that you've met so far, but otherwise the Kua-Toa almost communicate in just like lip smacks and like weird kind of a language that I'm certain none of you understand, and it sounds extremely nonsensical.
Is there like there's a specific Kua-Toa language? It's not like based in...
As is the book, this is what it tells me that how they communicate here.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys have been pulled up onto a small dock here on the edge of the village, and you are still bound, but a number of these warrior-looking Kua-Toa move away while a small group sticks near you guys. And did I forget to... Oh no, where is my thing? Anyways, a couple moments later, a couple more of these warrior-looking Kua-Toa appear, with one that appears to be wearing what looks like a form of some kind of robe, but it's like a mixture of fish hooks and scales and leathery hide. And as they approach this figure, it appears they cast a spell, and you can actually hear them very easily. And they say, "I am Bloop, Archpriest of the Sea Mother of Blip-Doo-Loop-Loop. She answers my prayers by delivering you. Help us, and you will be rewarded for your service. I am in great need of turning one of my children."
What?
In turning.
And he like points to the guards that are near him, and they kind of like circle around you and start pushing you closer to Ploopleen, who starts walking away, and they start going, "We have all lived in harmony, servicing the Sea Mother for some time. However, recently, one of my children has turned to the Deep Father, Lamogugugun. And I am in great need of outsiders to help me turn her back to the ways of the Sea Mother, as she has brought you to us."
Wow, we are flattered, sir. How do we do that?
My daughter, Blop Blipplod, is the one
I mean,
this is straight out of the book. I ain't making this bullshit up.
I mean,
But Ploopleen says, I gotta keep it together. My daughter, Blop Blipdop Pod.
You definitely pronounced it different the second time.
I
Like you
did.
You
I'm
definitely
sorry.
did not pronounce that the same twice.
Blop Blip Pod. That's how it is. Blop Blip Blop Pod. Oh man, tongue
Try
twisters.
saying that 5 times fast.
Yeah. A few weeks ago, they started seeing powerful visions of Lemagoogon, the Deep Father, proclaiming him the new god for her people. She has backed up these claims with great increase in magical power, and many of my people have flocked to her. She is going to conduct a sacrifice, for we are split in two, fighting amongst ourselves. The followers of the Deep Father are increasing. More offerings upon his altar, which is a stain upon Sloop-A-Doop. Keep it together, Will.
This is solid plot coming from the onomatopoeia gang.
Yep. I need you to come as sacrifices. I shall pretend. I gotta flip back to her name.
Blop blip
Blop
blorp
Lip Pod.
pod. I was close.
My daughter Blop Lip Pod will be conducting one today. I need you to pose as sacrifices so that we may fool her and we can destroy the shrine together. This
Okay,
might end her magical powers in the schism amongst my people.
Does that sound legit, or is he just tricking us into being okay with being human sacrifices?
Make an insight check.
Okay, because that sounds like some real sketch shit, man. Like, I know we just met, but trust me.
14.
I am going to use my inspiration. Nope, that was only slightly better. 16.
Indigo, are you rolling at all?
No, because I think Indigo is just deeply concerned, destroy a shrine. I mean, it's not a shrine to my god. Is that okay? Is that bad? I don't know. I mean, he says it's not good. But...
Huh. Okay. You two, Lara and Sephel, are like, is this guy on the fucking level? And you're looking at him, and he turns around because he's been walking, leading your group with the warriors around him through the large part of this this city. And I'll reveal a little bit more of the map and move you guys on.
Get rid of my inspiration while we're on. While I'm thinking of it.
Yes. And he turns towards the lot of you, and you see that you think this guy is 100% on the level. He is dead serious, no mistake. This is legitimately what they want to do.
Oh shit, we moved.
I
Oh, there we are.
Yep, you're towards the center of the city now, sorry.
feel like I need to understand more of the political structures here before making a choice. You say you are divided
Yes.
religiously.
Yes.
We know nothing of these entities, the Sea Mother and Deep Queen King
Father.
The Sea Mother and the Deep Father. Yes.
How do you expect outsiders that, for all intensive purposes, you have just bonded to make a decision, change the ways of your people or other people based on religions we know nothing of? This is wildly illogical and uncomfortable.
They just kind of stare at you.
Archpriest Poo Poo Peen. There is no course for us to agree to this while we are bound. How do you expect us to trust you?
If you do this, you will be greatly rewarded with our massive hoard of treasure.
No, that's right. God wants me to destroy this statue. Yes. Very good.
Exactly.
Are there items and knowledge of magic in this treasure?
Absolutely.
I feel like you could be bullshitting me, but I'm not taking that chance.
Absolutely not. I speak the truth.
Well, he said he speaks the truth.
I have one final question,
Mm.
and that will probably sell our decision in this matter.
Yes.
If we refuse,
Mm.
will you kill us?
No. I will force you to be sacrifices anyways and destroy the shrine with my people. I
mean,
just
that-
thought I'd try to be nice first.
That would indirectly be killing us, so you've answered my question. We're in.
Wonderful. You are doing the city a great service, but first, let us have tea, as it is not quite time yet. Come to my home. And he starts leading you guys, leading you towards a hovel. And as you're coming through this square, you see a very interesting sight as what is this large square here. A 9-foot-tall statue stands here. Its body is roughly carved from some kind of wood in the shape of a humanoid female. Its head and forearms formed from the severed head and claws of a giant albino crayfish. These parts are lashed on with strands of gut and emit an overpowering stench of rotting shellfish. Shells, brightly colored stones, mushrooms, and rotting fish are piled at the statue's feet and strung in garlands around its neck. 4 stern Kua-Toa slowly circle the statue, alert and on guard, while a few others mill about, gazing up at the statue and bowing repeatedly while chanting. You watch as Ploop, as we will call him, is leading the lot of you around, gives a number of bows, and you see the guards do very short, kind of curt ones. And he goes, "This is the Sea Mother. We praise her for keeping us well fed, and our creator." And then you watch as a number of these Kua-Toa at the base of the statue just start throwing up. And as they do, just like bits of detritus and like trash and all sorts of shit just comes out and just like piles at the bottom of this statue. And they keep bowing and then they walk away. And he goes, "Excuse me as I give her true reverence." And you watch Ploop go up and do the same thing, just regurgitates all at the foot of this statue, gets up, and then goes, "Come, we have more tea." And
Archpriest, if I would like to give reverence, would you unbind me so I may do so?
must you have your hands free to offer the Sea Mother?
I need my hand to force the I don't have the same body that you do.
Ah, yes, we can help you. And he gives a nod, and one of the Kua-Toa comes up and just like fucking socks you in the stomach.
Damn it!
Make a con saving throw. Do you actually
Worth the shot.
Are you actually trying to throw up or no?
No, she's trying to get the unbinder. Oh, that's a nat 1.
Oh no.
Okay. You hurl. It's bad, and you are coughing and sputtering. There's a little bit of blood. and Ploop is just like, "Oh, you truly revere her. I think we have a new follower, friends. The Sea Mother will be pleased."
Lara's like bent over. Ugh. I blame you for this, Grim. We wouldn't have been stopped at this fucking hellhole if you wouldn't have made this happen.
I'm so sorry. I had no idea that it was truly this bad. This is way worse than last time.
Lara, we've been, hanging out for a couple weeks now. You have not once prayed to my pantheon. And these guys ask you to vomit at a statue? The disrespect.
It was blasphemous. Don't worry about it, Indigo.
Ploop looks around at the other Kua-Toa and goes, I hope you can all match our new friend here in her devotion to this great sea mother. But please, all of you, we must attend later. My daughter Blops.
Your daughter what?
I'm giving you the short version of their names that come out of the book, which is Blop for his daughter. He goes, we will all attend Blop's ceremony and sacrifice to Lemagugugong, the Deep Father. But now, T, and he leads you to this hovel, and inside you are greeted with another Kua-Toa who stands up, and you can understand them. And they go, Father, why have you brought these filthy outsiders here? And it goes, Glug glog gog. It is fine. They are our guests, and they are in league with us to get rid of your sister. And Glug glug gog looks at you all and goes, okay. Looks at you very suspiciously. And you also see, bound and sitting at a table within the center of this awful smelling hovel, is a small figure. It's Andy.
No.
Oh my god.
He's like, oh hey, y'all. Happy you made it.
If there is any situation that brings me solace to find him again, it is that he will die with us.
Oh, we're all in this together now.
Would you sacrifice him first?
I have no power over who will be... Puts up air, like his fins, and he's like trying to do quotes in a way, but he's just like moving his hands. I have no power over the first sacrifice. But do not worry, for I have a plan. Soon as she begins the ritual, you will all break free before you are killed, and you shall kill them. I think
That's the plan.
That's genius, is it not?
That's not a plan.
It is.
It's not.
It's a plan.
That
I
is
thought
an
of
idea.
it.
It is a
How do
hope.
we
You're
get out
missing
of
a
the...
few steps.
Yeah, what he said.
Oh. You're great heroes. You should just be able to break free, yes?
Oh my god.
I hate everything about You can't, if you are planning on it being a ruse, what is stopping you from loosening the binds?
This is smart. Yes. We will do this.
Have
but
you
only
done
just
this
before.
How
No.
are you a leader?
I carry the wisdom of the Sea Mother.
Then she has none.
I will let that slide this once. But slight her again, even though the great reverence your friend has given her will not save you.
Yeah, Sephel, be more like Lara and bow before the Sea Mother.
Sephel
Apparently she
stops
was
for a
a
moment.
secret this whole time.
Great leader, Blue Peen.
Bloop.
Ploop. You have looked upon my visage, one
Yes.
that I am unfamiliar with and is new to me. Who is
Odd.
to say I have not been blessed by your mother?
You did not revere her. And the mother does not take sides with you.
Yeah, okay.
I am the archpriest. I know these things.
Archpriest Blue Plead, you said to kill them. Are we gonna kill your daughter, or are we supposed to not kill your daughter?
I would prefer if you didn't.
Just wanted to be clear on the parameters of the assignment. Thank you.
But like,
How-
if we do, though...
Yeah, Grim is actually like, well, if something were to happen and she does die, and Ploop is just like, no! She must not fall except by my hand.
You want us to crash your daughter's sacrifice. Stop the sacrifice without killing her, so that you may murder your daughter.
If it comes to that, yes.
I try not to get involved in family matters. I'll just be over here.
The-
Sure. Okay.
The strategic
If-
prowess is overwhelming.
I know. This is the true gift of the Sea Mother. You should
You
turn
s-
to her, though she will not accept you.
If
Listen, I don't know what you want at this point. I'm trying.
if you are separated into two different groups, as you say, how will you know who is not on your side?
Those that don't try to kill you.
Great.
No, they will be wearing pendants like this. And he shows you a pendant, and it just looks like a small woman's visage. And he goes, this is the symbol of the Sea Mother. Aren't you observant? Don't you know her? You clearly pay reverence to her.
I was not graced with a pin yet.
Oh, somebody get her a pin. And,
Yes.
You need a
Bring-
yearly subscription to get the pen.
Sea
Bring
Mother
Lara
Weekly.
the pendant. Yes.
That's it. It's
And Glue comes over and just like slaps something onto your like upper chest, and it's like a legitimate like just straight pin, and it's just like
Jeez. Oh. Thanks.
now.
Oh.
Now you can revere her always.
Can we just move on with this? This is
Yes, no.
when is this ritual to take place? Is this today? Is this
Yes,
immediately?
within the hour.
Oh fuck!
We don't have much time, but tea. And he like has Glue go over and brings over what just looks like a small cauldron, and he just starts pouring out this horrible looking like sewage looking water. And it smells god awful. And they place cups in front of you all, and he goes, I hope you enjoy. Andy immediately downs it, just like pounds
Oh
that
my
shit back, and he's
God.
just like, oh yeah, that was good.
Are our hands still bound?
Yes, but you can pick up the cup.
It's like,
I'll take a polite sip.
Okay.
see, mother be praised. He like sips the cup.
All of you make a con saving throw.
Great.
Lara's not touching it.
Okay, Lara doesn't touch it. Great.
Come on, Lara. Praise the Sea Mother.
Show your
I
holy
am-
reverence.
I'm currently fasting in supplication.
Grim and Stool manage to keep it down, but Stool just kind of like throws him on it himself, and he just kind of stands there, and he's like, I can't drink like that.
Is this a disease or a poison? Out of curiosity.
It's a disease.
Okay. All right.
I got a 16.
Okay, well, I didn't roll better. I got a 15.
Okay. You're both fine. However, you do puke from it. And he goes, you have turned to her. Even further signs this was destined.
Perhaps they need pendants.
Yes! And
No,
you both
no,
get slapped
no.
with pins. Bam, bam. You both take a point. All three of you take a point of damage from your new pins.
Son of a bitch.
This is your fault.
And Ploop goes, when we go to the altar, I will claim that I have now turned to the deep father, and I will claim my daughter Bloop as the wisest priest here in our village.
Wait, I
Jesus.
thought you were Bloop.
I'm
Or are you
Bloop.
Bloop.
She is Bloop.
Ploop.
Bloop. He points at himself. He goes, Gloog. Points to his son. Bloop. And points like far away. Oh, and that's Clib. And he points to the big Kua-Toa that's standing in the back. And he just kind of like waves a fish hand.
Hello, Clib. Same.
Cheers.
It be like that.
Another day at the office, huh? Anyways.
We live in a society.
All right. As he's kind of like going over this plan, they offer you more tea. You do not have to drink it now that you have.
Nope.
Yep. Given what you can for it. The time comes and you hear what sounds like a bell or a gong going off somewhere not too far away. And Bloop finally stands and goes, it is time. And as he stands up, he goes, he like points around. I have some treasures here, but if we succeed, Bloopy-Plot, my daughter, has many treasures within her hovel. You are welcome to them. Should we succeed? If not, no treasure.
It is more likely for us to succeed if our weapons are hidden somewhere nearby.
Yes, Clip. He will have them in a bag. And they will be nearby. He will accidentally drop them where some odd passerbyers or freed sacrifices could get them.
Speaking of freed sacrifices, would you mind loosening our binds?
Not until we get closer. And don't try to run away, because if you do, I'll force you into it. I have more than enough warriors.
If we succeed,
We wouldn't think of it.
If we succeed, we will preach the testament of consent.
Good. See, Mother likes this. So, he gathers the lot of you up, and you are being led back into the main shrine here. And so they start leading you guys farther down back towards the docks, and you can hear small bits of chanting and this gong going off. And as you enter into this space here, you see that there is another kind of oddly constructed shrine with a number of Kua-Toa gathered around it. And one in very spectacular kind of robes standing near the front of it, who seems to be talking to all these other figures here. Kind of preaching in a way. Let me get them to pop up here. There we go. Roll20 is not cooperating with me again.
It's also going to be terrifying to track this combat, because if each square is 10 feet, the tokens do not match.
No.
I imagine
It's-
the Kua-Toa
it's
are
rough.
not each 10 feet wide.
No. It just movement-wise, that's what it's going to count as.
No, I gotcha.
So, yeah. It's a big,
This is...
big mess.
Yes.
The ones that have, like, the sharp teeth-mouthed tokens, those are the stronger looking warrior ones, the ones that look kind of just more like regular piranha or what look like townsfolk. And the ones that, if you can tell from their images, like this one, these ones are the priest like looking ones.
Okay. So just to be clear, this one right above Grim is
that is
Ploob.
And then the one
Ploop.
next to them diagonal is Ploob.
Blue.
And then the one what are called Kua-Toa monitors, or the warriors. This one right here is Gloog. And then
And where is Clib?
Clib is right here.
This is insanity.
Yeah. So Bloop and Kloop are to the north. To the northwest is Gloog, and to just the west, or I mean the east, is Klib. So yes, it's a lot here, and I have a little bit to read you. As you guys come forward into the space, you see that the idol to Lemagugugun, the Deep Father, consists of a large hide cut roughly in the shape of a manta ray and stretched out on cords between two supporting poles. A dead, splayed out manta ray is pinned to the center of the hide. Two dead octopuses are draped across the top, their tentacles pinned and artfully arrayed, their heads tied together and painted with red and blue pigments. The idol reeks of decay, and the broad stone altar below the idol is stained dark with blood. And as you are all brought forward, Bloop steps forward and says, "The time has come for us to acknowledge your divine vision and welcome it, Bloop-A-Doop." That's not their name. Bloop blip blop plod. "I have brought these as offering." He gestures to all of you, and standing within the circle of the guards, and goes, "Will you not accept them?" And the younger priestess looks and goes, "You are wise, Father. I accept your offering in the name of the Deep Father. May their blood nourish and strengthen him." And a, burbling cheer goes up from the surrounding Kua-Toa, and their fists are raised in the air there. You see that that there are a couple other sacrifices around this altar here. Oh, I forgot. I forgot to move Ashni. Sorry. Ashni is kind of off in the water somewhere. There we go. Yes, you see that there is actually another dwagger who is next to the statue. There is. And they are kind of struggling from it, and Bloop goes up to them and says, "For the Deep Father, we sacrifice the fire forging and smoke bearing dwarf." And she takes the sickle and just rips it across their throat, and their blood splatters across the idol, and they just collapse. And a couple Kua-Toa just descend upon this dwagger, and you can hear ripping and squelching and bones breaking, and then finally you see their body being parts of them being dumped upon the altar. Their blood is put into this basin that drips from the manta's mouth to make it look like it has just eaten these entrails, and it pours into a large bowl. Yeah, it's messed up. And you see that you all actually are close to standing what looks like a large 20-foot depression with a grate at the center, and you can see numerous old bloodstains, and some still looking pretty fresh. But then they drag this body of this dwagger to the waterfront and just toss it into the waves of the dark lake. And finally, as that has been done, Bloop turns to the rest of you and goes, "My followers, cry to the Deep Father, for he shall be pleased." And there's just... They start chanting, and it's getting louder, and she is starting to come closer to the lot of you. And Bloop turns and looks at you all and just nods their head. What do you guys do?
Did he loosen our binds before?
Yes. Yes, clip came through and like cut small little notches, so it was easier for you guys to break free.
Okay.
Lara would step up and climb up onto that statue base as if she's like a very willing sacrifice, and then to get like above everybody.
Okay, you start walking forward, and Bloop actually catches your shoulder and goes, "No, you kneel and die here." And she like immediately starts bringing the sickle up to your face, but then we see Ploop like heroically dive at Bloop and just tackles them to the ground. I need you all to roll for initiative.
Oh.
Yes.
So that was, I'm sorry, that was the brother attacking the sister, or was that
No,
the
that was the father.
No, that was the father. Yeah.
Damn.
I rolled a natural 20. Ooh.
Hey.
Nice.
That is 23 total.
A reversal of fortunes.
Oh my god, I know.
Spell.
Is Andy with us?
Andy's there too. I don't have a token for them, but they are there.
Okay.
He's just kind of chilling. He's just like, I don't know what's happening, but this looks kind of creepy.
Meat shield.
That dwarf spit a painting out of his neck.
All right, Indigo, what you got?
12 for Indy.
12 for Indy. Lara?
9.
A 9. A fresh, juicy 9. Okay. This is gonna be interesting. Okay. First up in the order, we have Sephel.
Yes. Yeah, so he
there.
He would like look at Clib and they really bonded in the tent and over that, or the hovel over that tea. Clib, staff, and he'll break free of the binds and like hold his hand out like he's waiting for Clib to throw the staff at him.
Clib throws the entire bag at you.
Oh god.
He's just like bloop, 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 and throws the bag.
Okay, can I get the staff?
Yes, you can you're able to pull the staff out.
Okay, I pull the staff. Okay, and I am going. All right, I need an indicator here. I don't mean to sound racist, but they all look the same. Who's an enemy?
Okay. Let's be honest here. Everyone's an enemy of you here.
Cool. So we're just murdering people.
Pretty much. Either
Well,
way, you feel
one
like
way
your
to say it.
chances aren't great.
Okay. All right. Well, you know,
I would prioritize the ones that are against us.
I would like to keep Ploob alive because I kind of want the treasure if we succeed.
Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm going to mark all your friends in green.
Okay.
Okay. This is what I'm gonna do.
Green means good.
Green means good, and red means bad. Okay.
Amazing.
Yeah, tell it to us like we're 5. Green
please.
good.
Green
Red
good.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's them. Okay. So this
Okay,
will probably
okay.
be edited.
Oh yeah, that's fine.
So this is doable. Okay. So very important question that needs figured out in terms of the spacing of things. So each square is 10 feet when it comes to movement. But if I were to try to cast a area of effect spell, obviously it's going to look like these are like the ones that look like they're clumped together. Are we treating them as if they're 10 feet apart instead of 5? Or like how is that
yes.
working? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to he's going to try to stick close. I was on the wrong selection thing. So he's going to like come in here. He's going to move like up to the right in between all of the big scaly fish boys that will protect him. And he's going to cast Magnify Gravity at first level. Oh god,
Okay.
that was not... I didn't want to freaking beyond 20 roll that. Just cast the spell. He's going to cast it in the middle. So to the grouping that is to the left of the statue. There are 3 sort of in a triangular pattern. He's going to cast in the middle of it. It is a 10-foot radius.
Okay. That's each square being 10 feet. That's not gonna be...
Well, he should be able to get these 3 because it's a 10-foot radius, which means it's going to extend out 10 feet from the central point.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to cast it.
You will get this group
Yep.
of
So
3.
that 3 right there. They have to. Yeah. Go ahead and make a Constitution save for all 3 of them.
All right, I'm just gonna make a group save here because this is gonna be easier. That is a 6.
So they fail. So they all take 9 points of what type of damage is it? Come on.
I'm just gonna say it doesn't matter because they have no resistances. So
okay. So yeah, 9 points of force damage, and their speed is halved until the end of their next turn.
okay, 9 points of damage. I would imagine it's like force damage.
It is. Yeah, 9 points of force.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is that your turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Going back to the water here. Okay. You all start hearing something very odd as this commotion starts erupting. Now, things have been odd since you guys have been down here, but you don't know the Underdark. You've only seen horrible thing after horrible thing. But then you start hearing like water splashing, just like... And those of you that can look out towards the waves, you see what look like large flapping wings kind of like fluttering on top of the waters, and these like horrible sawtooth mawed almost like manta rays are flittering about in a swarm at the edge of this dock here directly to the north. And then you all hear a noise, and I hope you're on roll 20 to hear this.
Oh, we've heard this before.
This large growling and stomping comes up, and you see erupting from the waves above the burbling of the Kua-Toa, a thick, oily tentacle bursts forth, followed by another. Then 2 monstrous heads break the surface, both resembling hideous, angry baboons.
What the fuck?
With wickedly curved tusks,
no.
both heads are attached to a single torso. The monster's red eyes burn with bloodlust and madness. The creature rising from the dark lake must stand 30 feet tall or more, with water cascading down its back and shoulders. Upon reaching its full height, the great demon throws back both its heads and roars. And
That's not a fucking fish, Will.
Hey, you, loyal listener, you've made it this far to the post show notes, and that means the absolute world to us. Thank you so much for being here. If you have one more second, we would adore you if you could leave a rating and a review in whatever podcatcher you're currently listening in. The ratings and reviews are astronomical when it comes to growing the show because it's what gets us noticed for new listeners. So if you have just a moment to do that, please do. And we also have a Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram if you want to give us a follow. It's at The Madness Table. And if you've noticed, we are now posting weekly episodes because of supporters like you. So if we haven't said it enough, thank you. And we will see you in just 7 short days for our next episode when